YouTube, what is going on? Today I'm going to be ranking my top 25 players this year. Let me know if you guys have anybody else. This is all my personal preference, but let's get right into it. Kicking off with numbers 19 through 25 in order, we have Roberto Clemente, Shohei Ohtani, Honus Wagner, Babe Ruth, Mookie Betts, Paul O'Neill, and Rich Aurelia. Some of the best cards at their position, Paul O'Neill and Rich Aurelia. New legend in the game. You never know what to expect with new legends, but they were absolutely phenomenal for me. Kicking off numbers 10 through 18, we have Buck Leonard, Mickey Mantle, Tommy Edman, Joe Mauer, Lou Gehrig, Mike Trout, Freddie Freeman, Jose Ramirez, and Cody Bellinger. Absolute studs. Buck Leonard especially. All the storyline, guys and ladies were great, but you know what? Buck Leonard just was him, man. One of the best swings in the game. It was absolutely phenomenal to use. If you haven't used Buck Leonard, go give him a shot, man. Mickey Mantle. We already know with Mickey, he's a stud. Tommy Edman, absolute stud, dog. Joe Mauer, probably the second best catcher in the game. He's an absolute animal. Now, kicking off my God Squad, my personal best players that I've used at every position this year. Here we go. Number 9 at DH, we have, or first base, we have Hank Aaron. He's an absolute stud. The only problem with Hank is he has a push hitter tendency swing, which if you don't know, he gets better timing winners on outside pitches as opposed to pull where you get better on inside pitches. Balance, it doesn't change. But Hank's a stud, 125s across the board. Got a great swing. Just we can change that tendency or maybe change his swing to the Henry Aaron. He'd be even better. Picking off number 8, the shortstop, Jimmy Rollins. Jimmy was an absolute dog this year. So he was used so much. Every year in and year out, ever since 21 or 22, Jimmy's been an absolute stud, been a staple of that shortstop position. An absolute phenomenal card this year, too. Now, in my opinion, the best catcher in the game, coming in at number 7, we have Jorge Posada. Switch hitting catcher, what can we say? He's an absolute stud. Maybe the only argument here is the power, but that power plays. You know what? He's an absolute dog. And can play first base too really well. Next up, the best center fielder in this game. Now, I know a lot of people say Mickey Mantle, but in my opinion, Mickey's swing isn't that good, Not as good as some others. And including Bernie Williams at number 6. Bernie Williams was an absolute stud, absolute dog. Super quick, super good swing. Only problems with him is a little bit less contact, a little bit less speed, a little bit less power, but I swear it does not matter because he hits absolute tanks. He gets on base. He's an absolute stud. Number 5, my best first baseman / DH this year was Frank Thomas, man. Frank Thomas was the dog. No matter what difficulty. Same thing with Buck Leonard, man. He just absolutely carried. You know what? And in years past, I've always said he was either Lou, maybe like a Babe Ruth, but Frank Thomas this year blew them out of the water. Absolute stud. Coming in at number 4, we had to put Griffey on the list. One of the best swings in the game every year in and year out. Griffey's always going to find his way into at least my bench on the God Squad. He's an absolute stud. Not the best version of Griffey we've ever seen, a little bit less clutch than I would like, but you know what? It's Griffey. The swing plays. An absolute stud. Now, here are the top 3, in my opinion, the best I've used in this game this year. Kicking off with the second base position, we have Jackie Robinson. He's an absolute stud. Jackie this year, since they gave some of those, the Legends quirks, they play so much better. And Jackie, plays every position, his primary and his secondaries extremely well. 99 speed, steals a lot, hits bombs too. He's an absolute, that 90 power he has, I believe it's 90. You know what? That is more like 125 because Jackie's just hitting it over the fence. He's a stud. Now, with 1 and 2, you may call me biased here, but you know what? I don't care. This is my list. Anyway, number 2, we have Chipper Jones, the best third baseman in the game. Last year was J-Ram. This year is Chipper Jones. Chipper, what can we say? Just absolute stud. Probably everybody's, ever since, when he first dropped, probably everybody's third baseman, now that 7 seasons are gone, he's probably going to be everybody's third baseman next year too, right alongside J-Ram. He's an absolute dog. He's an absolute stud. Next up, coming in at number 1, the Extreme Reward. And, boys, you're looking at the guy who P5 1 out of 1 him. It's Ronald Acuna Jr. This card is the best card in the game. Just he's an absolute dog. Like, I swear to you, like, he just doesn't get out for me. You know what? It may be a hard hit out, but good lord, he'll go like either 4 for 5 with, 4 singles or like 4 home runs. He's an absolute stud. You know what? Every year in, year out, Acuna's always going to have a great card, but this year it just took it to another level. And that's why he's the best, in my opinion, the best card in the game and my top number 1 pick. But let me know, guys. What do you think about this list? Do you have anybody else? Do you agree with some, the top, 9? What would you change? I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.